Welcome to another Otai Series
video.
Welcome back.
My name is Haumole, aka Juan.
My name is Kalo.
And today we have our special guest on Otai Series, Love.
So we're back at it again with some more otais for us to try. We have 3 different otais today that we're gonna try.
This is exciting.
So once again, we're gonna be judging them on the same 3 things: texture, taste, and appearance. So y'all ready to drink this?
Yeah.
I'm hella ready. This is hella good. I think I know what it is already.
Really
And
fun.
don't
I like
forget,
this
y'all,
feel.
do not forget the mapaku paku right here, okay, to make it complete.
I want
Okay, so what do you guys think it smells like?
It smells really
It smells good.
like pears.
Ooh, I don't think it was apple, but I can see pears too in it. Look good though.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, ready?
Period.
Yo, okay, splash, splash.
Look away.
Period.
We didn't even do that. Okay.
We'll toast on the next one. Okay.
This is evil.
I know, good.
This is very evil to the evil.
This is pears.
What? I think it's apple. What do you guys think?
Asian pears.
Okay.
The one with the bigger one.
Market or that.
I'm gonna need everybody's the bigger
These things like
one.
I think it's apple.
But I'm thinking pears.
Pears.
The
Okay.
Asian ones.
Can we get a drum
'Cause
roll?
Green pear.
Oh, it is green pear. It's good. I thought it was apple, but it's green
It wasn't the one
pear.
that you were saying.
Because the texture, when it hits
Whatever.
against my teeth, I can taste the pear. The texture.
It's pear, not
Okay, so
pear.
what?
When it hits against my teeth.
What?
I have 14 cavities.
You know what?
Taste is good.
Hella good.
This is
Enough sugar.
This is
You know, kind of sugar.
It's a whole lot of sugar.
A lot of
Whole lot of
sugar.
sugar.
Thank you.
Sugar this time.
Shout out to Otai woman for making extra sugar in here. Slit.
Yeah.
It's hella good. It feels the texture is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the texture. It's not even. It's still hard.
Don't it
But
kind of remind you of
It's
watermelon?
so crunchy.
Watermelon texture? Kind of, huh?
I don't know what watermelon usually is.
There's a good amount of fruit and coconut in it too.
Okay.
Like not too much coconut. So sometimes I don't like Otai that has too much coconut, but
Yeah.
this is perfect. It looks like a pina colada from the outside.
If you like pina colada.
Colada.
It do. Mixed with some other stuff. But yeah, it do. Yes, it do.
It does.
Yeah, we only make non-alcoholic.
All right, this is our Otai number 2. Let's see how it looks.
Pretty.
It is pretty. It's pretty vibrant and bright.
Yes. It looks
Pretty inviting.
Do y'all have any guesses before we eat it?
I really want to say peach.
Me too. You can
Okay.
smell it. Oh.
Oh, you can smell it. What you? Ew. Before we can't even cheers.
I was just very
The green
anxious,
one we have to
and I was
cheers.
like, it's already close to me.
Cheers. Come on now.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Yay. Yeah, I think there's peaches in here.
Yeah.
Good amount of sugar. Texture is nice. The fruit is soft. Not too crunchy. Not too many coconut.
I'm trying to figure out what else is in here.
I feel like we need more baku for this one.
Oh, pears in it.
Pear? Why say that?
Because
Yeah, so there's pear in there.
Oh, it's a multi. Oh, we diverse in here.
I like diversity, you know?
Damn. Oh,
Nectarine?
love.
Nectarine.
Oh, nectarine.
Yeah.
Peaches.
I'm hella slow, bro. But then also
see
there's
again.
something on the side of it that looks like it's different.
There's one more fruit in there.
But the peach is the nectarine is overpowering though.
Orange.
Yep.
Right?
You know.
You're the best taste
I'm not
good out here, man.
When I just look at it, I keep it.
I've never had a Otai with more than
Yeah, you know what? And the fruits don't
There's
even
coconut
overpower each other. They just play for
coconut fruit was
part.
vegetable. Yeah, I'm hella slow, bro.
Coconut fruit or vegetable?
Yeah, it's a fruit.
Well, where does coconut come from, brother?
The tree.
I don't know. People sometimes say that.
You know what? Basically, Lo is saying that it looks like a 5-star Otai that you get from a 5-star restaurant.
Have you guys been protesting?
The past two.
With my heart from a distance.
I've been protesting over my social platform.
Same.
I just been protesting on the side of the road. Just.
Do you guys think that George Floyd, does that have anything to do with us? Does that movement have anything to do with Pacific Islanders, or
Yeah.
how does that affect the Pacific Islander community?
I think it should mean something to anyone who's a minority, because that could have easily been one of our brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, who could have been on the floor. And I think when you see injustice go on for so long, people get tired. And I think that's the result. The result from people not being heard, this not happening just once, not twice. It's been 400 years of oppression. So the riots is the result of not being heard.
No, what's your take on that? On the media showing only that group that's vandalizing?
I think it says a lot about our country as where it stands on like race and what they choose to show.
I feel like also that it kind of reached a breaking point of people. Like, you feel me? Like, you can only take so much of certain things, and sometimes it becomes an outbreak, or you get, there's an outbreak. It's like when you get so mad and then you start doing stuff that you don't want to do, something like that.
But you know it's going to get a reaction out of people, so that's why you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you think that there can be a change in our society peacefully, or does it have to be a violent protest in order for us to get change, to make change happen?
Well, in the situation of George Floyd, they just fired the cop. They didn't arrest him or nothing until
everything
they did a different form of protesting. I don't think it has to be, but I feel like when it's been when the people have been peacefully protesting for so long and there's been no change, and the same thing happens, innocent minorities being murdered and killed with police brutality, it's gonna get to this point. I'm not surprised that it got here, because it's not nothing new.
Yeah.
Racism in America is not
in a different form.
And I feel like all of us being Tongan or colored, like we've been through a situation where we felt like it was a racist situation.
So you had personal experiences where you felt that you were being
I threw
discriminated.
my cup back at the drive-thru person because I felt like they're racist.
Yeah, I got racism in the...
Oh, that was an outbreak. See.
Yeah, I got racially profiled in a food restaurant right down the street. Yeah, and it was
home too.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think there's any bounds of it. I just feel like, African Americans have had it the worst since the beginning of time. It's like when you hear some of the speeches that people have been saying, they have such valid points because it's so true. So,
I kind of think it's frustrating that there was no course of action until they, until they burned down half of the city. Then that's when they went and arrested him, as opposed to them to just do what they should have done. Because in that situation, with any type of other, person or race or whatnot, it would have been handled accordingly. I feel like, right? And so they wait until something more big and more grand to happen for them to like, okay, we're gonna go arrest him. So now it just makes me imagine, like, what else are they going to do for them to get more justice out of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you feel scared a little bit, but, they're just tired. I feel their frustration.
Yeah, and I think those who are in the position of power need to hurry up and do something, because it's been going on for too long.
I feel like I have to thank, like, the African Americans from before, because they kind of, like, set the way for us so that when we came to America, they already basically fought for us. So for us to support them, we have to. You know what I mean? Because they paved the way for us to come from the islands, and people don't even know. They just, like they made it happen for us, so we can be here and be free and do what we gotta do. Open mind, and they were just more accepting to other cultures, other race differences. You know what I mean? Like, instead of just being one way, like it was so so many ways. Like, it was multiple ways.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about Oakland and the Bay Area as a whole, it's not just one majority of people and a bunch of minorities. I feel like it's all minorities. You get all the walks of life growing up here in the Bay Area. Like, I knew the difference between a Chinese person, a Cambodian person, and a Filipino person. Because I grew it, because Ohio is majority, Asians and Asians there. So it's like, Yeah.
And then Lorna had a different. You grew up in you went to high school at Fremont.
Yes,
And
I
so-
did go to Fremont.
Tigers.
Tigers.
Go Tigers.
No, not
No, yeah, going to Fremont, it was very diverse. Well, I would say it was mostly like just Polynesians and African Americans, and a lot of different Latins. Because there's a lot of Mexicans, Salvadorians, and so you were able to get to know a lot of different races. And like I would say, you can tell the difference between each one of them out here in Oakland. Like if you go anywhere else, you can tell the difference too. When people visit here, they can never tell the difference, and it's like it makes me grateful to grow up in such an environment where I was able to have a conversation with somebody that I probably would have never had back then. Now, because everybody's so mixed in with one another. So yeah. Well, here's our last flavor we're gonna try.
Let's cheers this
Since
time.
I've been, yes, here, cheers.
And we
Since I've
can
been
advise to sit down.
KMing, okay. So
It's okay, sis. You're still a
Sorry.
guest star today, okay?
I know. I was just, I didn't eat it, so So it looked, when she was pouring it out, I kind of felt like it looked like some high cheese. And here, don't it look like the high cheese?
That's pretty.
You know what? It looked like it needs more gluten.
You said gluten?
Yes, this like no
It's
gluten.
like
it's gluten-free.
I think if I use words of it.
But I go like when I seen it, I really thought of Caroline. Looks like a kiwi.
Yeah, it looked like it was in the drink.
That's right. It's Kiwi.
But you said high chews. It looked like there's no gluten, and when you taste it, it's
It's
not.
like
It was
gluten.
deceiving.
Well, this can be deceiving, brother.
This is like
You're supposed to drink slow.
Yeah.
Sip, sip. Cheers.
Is this one you guys would recommend to make?
Hell
I do.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
really
feel like
like?
you have to use hella kiwis for this though.
Yeah. It felt like it's
Yeah,
like
a lot.
$50 Otai.
Are we drinking it for free?
Or are we drinking it for free?
I really like the seeds, the thing that's in the kiwi. What's it called?
Oh yeah. See.
Seeds?
Yeah. I need to read a book. I need to read a.
You need to branch out,
You
brother.
know we did. They put me on the equal not read the book thing. Because I don't even read books. This is my favorite, y'all. I love the texture. I love the seeds. Everything.
It's pretty.
I thought the diverse one was my favorite, but this one's
Yeah,
my
no,
favorite.
this one's lit.
Oh, it is? Wow. I could have told you it was good already.
Do they have kiwis on the food in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Did you eat kiwi in New Zealand?
Yeah.
The bird?
Not the bird though.
This one has a lot of gluten and sugar in there. Oh, good.
So our final thoughts for all the otais.
So we had, of course, you guys can see we had three flavors today. We had kiwi, we had pear, and then we had the trio, which was, help me out, y'all.
Orange, nectarines, and pear.
Pear. This one was good. This one was actually kind of light. It was very light. I felt like it's good for people that suka. Diabetes, older people. This was really light. I really liked it. It was like simple. Out of all three of them, this one was simple.
But I had the three. It was actually pretty good. I liked how all the fruits kind of played on each other and they weren't overpowering each other, and so it didn't make it that sweet. I thought it would be really sweet, but it wasn't that sweet. But it was good. It was bomb. I give it a 10.
Hey. Oh yeah, mine was definitely a 10.
10 out of 10. And I had the best one, the kiwi ones up in the front.
Hey.
So we had I am going to go over the kiwi one. It was really, really good. It was all three of our favorites. It was something different that we weren't expecting. We knew what it was when we saw it. We just didn't expect it to taste good. Mole thought it was going to be like fat-free, non-GMO flavor all time, but it surprised us.
It has like GMO.
Yeah, gluten-free, all that. So it's really, really good. We really liked it. The flavor was really on point. I wouldn't change anything about the kiwi recipe. I liked it. With or without mapapaku. I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what was your favorite again? It was all kiwi. All kiwi was the best. Because it was new. We're not really used to eating kiwi on time. But you know what's so funny? I really do think this was the most expensive one, bro.
No, for real.
$10 cup, $10 cup, $50 cup.
And we check it for free.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
It's hard times. We're still going through a pandemic. Then we have people protesting. So we want everyone So please
wear your mask.
Wear your mask. Stay home. Save lives.
Yeah, and we want to extend a really heartfelt message to George Floyd's family, as well as other families of minorities who have, or anyone who's dealt with police brutality. It's a very sad time that we're living in, and just like Haumole and Kalo were talking about, please be safe. If you are going to go protesting, be safe, be aware of your surroundings. We don't want to lose anyone else due to the protest, so be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a wrap, y'all. Love y'all.
Love you guys.
Until next time.
Bye.